If you've been following the 2024 elections, you know things are heating up. Kamala Harris, the U.S. Vice President, has been raising a lot more money than Donald Trump, giving her campaign a strong financial edge. But is money the key to winning elections? Meanwhile, Elon Musk, the billionaire who loves to stir the pot in politics, dropped another $44 million into his super PAC. How much influence will this have? Let's dive into how these moves are shaping the race and what this could mean for the future. Kamala Harris has gained a significant edge in fundraising for the 2024 election. This shows the financial strength of her campaign, attracting donors willing to spend big. But it's important to remember that money doesn't guarantee victory. Harris may be leading in the financial game, but voter support doesn't seem to be keeping pace. Polls show that, despite a well-funded campaign, she still struggles to lock down key voters in crucial states. This gap between fundraising and voter base is a red flag for Harris's team. After all, what good is having millions in the bank if her message isn't resonating? The current landscape reveals a disconnect between the elites funding her campaign and everyday voters who remain drawn to candidates promising to break from the establishment. Harris might have the cash, but she needs a more compelling strategy to turn that into votes. Moreover, her fundraising advantage could be a double-edged sword. While big donors back her campaign, it opens the door to criticism that Harris is too tied to corporate interests. As more voters grow skeptical of politicians who rely heavily on large donations, this financial edge could become a weak point, especially when compared to Trump's more populist narrative. So, the picture isn't as bright as it seems. Harris has money, sure, but the real question is, does she have enough voters to turn that financial advantage into electoral success? The 2024 election will be much more than a fundraising contest, and Harris still needs to prove she can mobilize the voters that truly matter. While Harris is cashing in on donations, Trump is showing that money isn't everything. Even with a smaller war chest, he's still leading in key state polls. The former president, who once won by spending less than his opponent, seems to be repeating the formula, directly appealing to voters and avoiding an over-reliance on big financiers. This makes his campaign feel more authentic, at least in the eyes of his loyal base. Trump has built his image as an outsider, someone who doesn't need to play by the traditional rules of politics. Even with less money, he's managed to stay relevant thanks to his ability to dominate media attention and rally his diehard supporters. This is one of the biggest strengths of his campaign, a loyal, engaged audience ready to vote regardless of how much cash is involved. This polling lead shows that, despite Kamala Harris's financial advantage, Trump is still a formidable competitor. His base consists of voters who are mostly wary of the political and economic establishment. This reinforces the narrative that less money, more power is attractive to many, highlighting that he doesn't need the big donations that Harris relies on. That said, Trump isn't without challenges. With less money, his campaign might struggle in swing states where voter outreach and advertising are crucial. But still, his ability to thrive in difficult political environments should not be underestimated. The big question is, will the lack of fundraising really weaken him, or will he continue to lead with his popular appeal? Amidst this polarized landscape, Elon Musk emerges as a key figure shaping the 2024 race. With a fresh $44 million injected into his super PAC, Musk is making it clear that he's willing to use his wealth to sway the election. His agenda is straightforward, backing candidates who promote a more libertarian, pro-economic freedom vision, steering away from the interventionist policies gaining traction. Musk had already shown interest in influencing politics, whether through his platforms like X, formerly Twitter, or direct campaign contributions. By funneling funds into his super PAC, he solidifies his role as a key player in U.S. politics. This strategy not only boosts right-wing candidates, but also challenges the notion that billionaires should stay neutral in elections. Musk is making it clear he is a side, and he's not afraid to fight for it. Musk's influence extends beyond money. His public persona is extremely powerful, especially among younger voters and tech enthusiasts. This can give the candidates he backs a boost, not just financially, but also in terms of public opinion. Musk's ability to drive conversations and shape narratives on social media could be a powerful tool for those he supports. Finally, Musk's involvement raises questions about the role of big business in politics. While he promotes individual freedom, critics argue that billionaires like him are buying influence in the political system. However, his vision of less government and more personal autonomy resonates with many voters, particularly those tired of centralizing policies. Fundraising is critical in any modern election, but does it really determine who wins? Trump already proved it's possible to win while spending less, as he did in 2016 against Hillary Clinton. This election is another example of how, although money matters, grassroots support can often outweigh financial resources. In Trump's case, he's managed to connect directly with voters who feel left behind by the political establishment. Kamala Harris, on the other hand, is clearly banking on big fundraising to boost her campaign. But the support she has on paper may not translate into votes, especially if she continues struggling to gain trust in key states. The 2024 U.S. election won't be decided by the size of a campaign's bank account, but rather by its ability to connect with average voters. Sure, money buys ads, events, and reach. But there's a limit to how much that actually influences voters' final decisions. Harris might spend millions, but if her messages don't resonate with the public, she'll continue facing resistance. Trump's narrative as the outsider candidate is also strengthened by his ability to mobilize popular support with fewer resources. At the end of the day, what counts is credibility and voter connection. No matter how much Harris raises, Trump still leads in several states, showing that sometimes genuine popular support can outweigh any blank check. So, the 2024 election race is shaping up to be full of surprises. Kamala Harris may have deep pockets, but Trump is still holding strong despite raising less. And of course, Elon Musk is making his moves, pouring millions to increase his political influence. With so much at stake, the big question is, who will really come out on top? The ones with money or those with genuine popular support? If you enjoyed this analysis, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like.